Welcome, everybody, to the Banks and Tranks podcast. I think we have a special greeting you said you requested from our guest.
Brother Tranks. Salam alaikum, Brother Banks.
Is that Korean?
No, it's an Arabic greeting, actually.
Well, that's surprising.
That's amazing.
All right, so today I am your host, Suhaib, and
I am your co-host, Akif.
Yep, today is the first episode where we are co-hosting, and we are with a special guest, Bong Joon-Ho! Everybody give it up for Bong Joon-Ho! Oh my God, Bong Joon-Ho!
I can't believe we got you on our podcast.
Have you on the podcast today.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, it's just
awesome.
We've never had like an actual
a real movie star, which is what you're gonna be.
Movie star, director, actor, entrepreneur,
and we're gonna have the
racist.
Inside scoop on your latest
film,
Shang-Chi 2, a biopic about Simu Liu, where you're gonna be playing Simu Liu as Bong Joon-Ho.
Bong Joon-Ho
Isn't
playing
that
Simu Liu
just amazing? Like, can we round of applause?
Yeah, so we noticed that you don't look quite the same way you did when you accepted your Oscar for what was the film? That's right, everyone's heard of it. It's called Parasite. For those of you who don't know, Parasite is a film about basically rich people and why they're better, and poor people and why they're worse. And the poor people, they become parasites to the rich people, and it turns out maybe the poor people are better. It's really strange though that it takes place in America, but they're all speaking Korean. But that's just we're trying to dig into them.
I believe that Bong Joon-Ho actually said that he filmed it in a Koreatown is where it was filmed.
I didn't know that was a thing.
No, it's crazy. So they were able to have Korean voices despite the American setting. And it was a revolutionary, especially after the film Snowpiercer featuring Chris Evans, which was fully in America, or was in the Marvel universe. I don't really know where they filmed that stuff, green screen or not, CGI. It's all a mystery to me, but it's amazing. Yeah. But yeah,
so
I
ladies and
noticed
gentlemen, Bong Joon-Ho,
you lost a lot of weight for the role of Simu Liu, and I was just like wondering, like what led to that?
Right. You see, with directing and entrepreneuring and acting, there's a lot of method to the madness. You see, and Simu Liu is a smaller guy, so I really thought method acting my way into his body type would be a great. A better plan.
And honestly, yeah, small is such a perfect description, not just as a in terms of physique. He's also a bit like of a small person in terms of like popularity, notoriety, achievements, etc.
Wasn't his biggest project Kim's Convenience?
Yeah, Kim's Convenience,
where he played a Korean
person,
which
you
is
would kind
so
of think
weird.
It's interesting, and then now they're hiring a Korean man to play a Chinese
person. It's like, what are the odds?
How would it line up like that? I don't know. But what we wanted to understand is, why isn't the script flipped here? Why isn't somebody who has a particularly amazing life, amazing line of credits, why isn't he being played by a hunk? A fantabulous hunk like Simu Liu.
Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. And in the world of acting and artistry, not everyone gets the right role, and that's just the way it is sometimes. Not everyone is created equal, and that's kind of what I was trying to bring out in my movies. Societal, discomfort and whatnot.
Inequality.
So there's actually a lot of socio-political commentary, you would say, within this movie, as you tend to put, in your films, right? So I was wondering, what are you going to do to promote men's health and wellness awareness in the creation of Shang-Chi 2? What are kind of your plans to do this?
Right. Many such cases of men's health issues. Yes, I agree, and that's actually part of the reason why I'm here with Mr. Banks and Mr. Tranks.
Those aren't our names. That's the name of the show.
Those are the guys that
they're the guys that bankroll us
I see,
and
I see.
bankroll us.
That is very embarrassing.
Yeah,
I
easy
apologize.
mistake to make. Easy mistake to make. We have similar voices.
If we
You probably
were
only heard the voice
Trank
then.
like we wouldn't even be saying that, so.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So spreading body positivity, mental health awareness for men, and a lot of really important topics that only someone like. Are you fucking with me? It did not stop recording. It was just asking me to switch devices. Okay. Yeah. So.
Crazy stuff.
And here at the Banks and Tranks podcast, we're always trying to promote new types of health, new types of men's health. So we have an interesting scene, I think, and this is going to go into something that happens in Simu Liu's and your personal experience, but there's actually a period cramp scene. So could you tell us a little bit about your experience with period cramps?
Right. So, as you know, part of men's health is physical health, as you know, and it's important to raise awareness on such things. I'm not very familiar with this period cramp ordeal.
So, Akif, would you like to explain kind of periods and period cramps, and could you also raise up your mic a little just to make sure everything sounds good?
How's this?
Yeah.
Okay, this is good. Yeah, so periods, I mean, I kind of saw with the actor Akif Kilman, he faced this sort of, what he considered a really positive thing for him was dick periods. Or sorry, disco stick period. Disco stick periods. Where a man will end up having it so that from their male reproductive organ, blood spews out. It's similar to how a woman has her periods. This same thing happens, and kind of it got adapted into the Freakier Friday movie. And I'm hearing that it's having some sort of implications in Shang-Chi 2, though that's kind of been some speculation. I'm kind of wondering where that's gonna go, what kind of path they're gonna take. I don't really know.
Right. I believe you may have been misinformed in that regard. The fake news you see is
no, I don't
making up.
I don't think so.
I believe everything I see.
I
online.
would like to deny that actually, and I think that you might be spreading some. Oh, maybe you just don't want everybody to know everything about your movie and what's going to be in it. But
secrets
the
have
news
to be kept about certain things.
But the news did get leaked, unfortunately, and we do have to talk about those things, even though it's not official press. We do have to press you on that, but since apparently you want to gaslight us, I guess it must be because
it's okay. I think Akif Kilman, I saw it was very brave of him for him to talk about it. It's still a very
it was very brave of him,
affliction.
Very brave of him, and Bong Joon-Ho, ladies and gentlemen, not very brave.
Well,
despite
no. I think Bong Joon-Ho, because of maybe he doesn't.
You want to raise your mic a little. Hold on, just kind of hold on.
So this is the holding episode. Okay. Yeah, Bong Joon-Ho, he kind of, I don't know. You might just be a little bit shy about it, but that's okay. We can. I actually did want to ask, what kind of tattoo would you get if you were to get a tattoo?
Right. I've seen you ask this question with other guests. Me.
Oh, this guy was prepared.
Right. I've done my homework, except for your names, which I deeply apologize for once again.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I think actually I would get a tattoo of a cramp of sorts. Not a period, but just a cramp.
Interesting. A cramp tattoo, a cramp stamp, if you will.
Oh wow! He already
not.
got a name. He will not. Okay.
I will not, but
What?
Others may partake.
Where is that? On your leg or your back or something? A lot of areas could have. And also, does it have cramp science behind it? Is it a tattoo that if you touch it, it kind of makes the sound or what?
I'm actually a big fan of interactive cramps. That's a great practical effect.
So it's an interactive tattoo.
Right.
Okay, so we're using a little bit
wow.
of scratch and sniff technology.
Wow.
Right.
And it's
tattoo
much
technology.
more suitable and real tattoo than a comp tattoo. That's what I would say.
I would be inclined to agree with you on that.
I don't know
Nobody
what you mean by that.
nobody has a worse tattoo than you. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, my girlfriend, She disagrees. She loves my cum tattoo.
Girlfriend.
I have a real
wait.
girlfriend.
You actually have it. I just said, what tattoo would you get?
It's a temporary tattoo that
like the ones they do in 5th grade. Is it your 5th grade crush from the playground?
No. It's like every night, when we're really like going at it, like I temporarily tattoo myself with a cum tattoo. Like pull out game strong, type shit. Bong Joon-Ho, he knows what's up. Bong Joon-Ho, ladies and gentlemen.
Bong Joon-Ho, ladies
cases,
and gentlemen.
yes.
Yeah.
Bong Joon-Ho, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I was actually kind of wondering why Simu Liu? Why aren't you playing like Randall Park or like a much more famous actor?
Yeah.
Maybe even a Korean
or
person.
Kim Jong-un, someone
right.
like, really awesome. Sauce.
Who?
You don't know.
You don't know who Kim
You
Jong-un
don't know
is?
Kim Jong-un?
Or Randall Park.
You keep saying that name. Who's that?
Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un.
Sorry, my Korean's not up to snuff.
Ah, okay. Yes. I understand.
Yeah,
Yes. Mr. Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, the president of Korea.
Right. Not to be confused with the American Chinese Party run by Xi Jinping.
Yeah.
That's different. ACP.
All hail to the American Chinese Party. I have no problem with it. I just didn't expect it to be Chinese.
At least it's not communist. Oh my god.
It's the fucking American Chinese Party. They've always got a lot of American Chinese parties, and it's weird how now every single time there's an American Chinese having a party, it's considered an act of terror by the U.S. government, and they're just deporting them out of nowhere.
This is so true.
What? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Are they deporting Chinese people? I feel like they target other races a bit more. I haven't seen any such cases.
Well, you haven't seen anything because.
Oh my god! Because of the FBI.
Glasses,
oh
yeah. Well, you're still wanted for that whole voter fraud thing.
They always go to me at the voter fraud. I already apologized to 911. Okay, they already know I'm not in the.
How are you not in prison?
I had to come film the podcast. Come on.
I think if you were on the Snowpiercer train, they would have thrown you out into the cold.
Yeah.
And that brings us into our next topic, which is potential names for Snowpiercer sequels.
Yeah, and actually we were thinking like, since we're making a sequel to the interesting thing with Shang-Chi 2, it's actually, so people don't know this, it's actually Shang, just so nobody gets confused. It's spelled like this, Shang-Chi 2. Not to be confused with the sequel to the Simu Liu Shang-Chi movie called...
Oh, right. Shang-Chi and the Forbidden Dragon.
Shang-Chi and the Forbidden Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Different movie.
Different.
You know how they do it in Marvel. They are always
right. It's always the continuity.
They're always giving them different names that they can't just use numbers like Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home, Fantastic Four, First Steps.
Snowpiercer.
They're starting with the fourth one and then it's still First Steps.
Snowpiercer starred Captain America, so it's also a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right.
So we're going to be needing to give creative titles to the film, and I mean, as you, Bong Joon-Ho, you can maybe tell us if they're good enough or not.
Right. As of the pinnacle of Korean creativity, as you know.
Yes.
Bong Joon-Ho, ladies and gentlemen. Bong Joon-Ho.
And also fitness and men's health
amazing
awareness expert.
I know. I can barely recognize you from the Oscars.
Those wrists
thank
are
you.
way skinnier now. It's actually impressive.
But
I don't know if you could even lift up the Oscar anymore. But that's
the price you have to pay for
the price you have to pay.
Movie stardom.
That's the price
For
you have to pay.
greatness.
For movie
For
magic.
greatness.
But,
so
let's go through these creative titles.
Snowpiercer, the sequel.
So I've been playing with this idea of inserting a 2 into the Snowpiercer name. So I was thinking,
no, I hate that.
Snowpiercer.
How about this? Snowpiercist.
Snowpiercer. And here's a good one. Here's a good one. We can make a prequel to Snowpiercer.
Oh, amazing. So are you making this now?
So it's like the ghost of the present, goes to the past, goes to the future. It's
oh
like past,
my
present,
god!
future.
And then we'll release. Well, you'll release. I don't know why I said we.
Yeah,
what the heck?
Yeah,
Snowpiercer. That's gonna be the sequel, and then after that, Snowpiercer is gonna come out. You're gonna have the full trilogy.
This has never been done before.
Yeah.
We're pushing the needle in this room right now.
Yeah, we're
Exactly.
making a trilogy. It's just not been done.
So I don't know, Bong Joon-Ho. You don't seem that like Snowpiercer. That doesn't really roll off the tongue like Snowpiercist. I don't know.
You see, in Korean, it rolls much better.
Oh,
okay, so
sorry,
in
I
Korean,
forget
it
about
works better.
the.
Could you say
right.
what the title would be in Korean?
We're not releasing that information quite yet.
Okay, okay.
But it is soon to come.
That's quite compelling.
That's what happens when you have these exclusive limited edition interviews.
By the way,
Right.
you have a fantastic accent. I never thought that I would be able to understand a Korean accent so clearly.
Right, yeah, I've really been working on that in my spare time, doing my homework to come speak with all the podcasters.
Right, have you? So you've talked to heard you talked to Andrew Tate and Sneeko, which we'll get a glimpse of later.
Famous mental health activists.
Men's mental health activists.
Men's
Yeah.
mental health activists.
Yeah.
Oh, are you planning to be on Fresh and Fit? We tend to get those contracts mixed up with ours. So I was...
Right, of course. Banks and Tranks and Fresh and Fit. I see how those may get mixed up, but yes, those are soon to come. Please.
Do you think
stay tuned.
you could bring the mic a little bit, just a little bit?
Right,
closer?
of course.
No worries. All right.
Yeah, thanks, Bong.
And feel free when you're not talking to put it down if you need to, but yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so Parasite sequel, or I was thinking Parasite is kind of already, I don't know why I spelled it like the anime. We already have kind of a series where we had the host.
Yeah, I noticed you were kind of setting this up in your filmography. I checked your IMDb. I tend to do that.
So we're big fans of Aliens, Predator.
Right. How about a crossover Host X Parasite? We call it Parasite X Host.
Host rejects Predator.
Oh, that's good.
Or Parasite.
Here's the thing. Parasite, that was kind of like a real people movie, and Host was kind of like a Godzilla movie. So I think
like
clashing them together is going to be really seamless because Godzilla had real people. We're going to put in the people from Parasite up against Godzilla.
Yes.
In Host X Parasite.
Yes. Yeah, the conceit of this film is you take the ending of what happens in Parasite, and right after everything's happening, he's writing his letter to his son and all this stuff is happening. The fucking kaiju just steps onto Seoul or wherever it is, and it's massive destruction. And the only guy that can save him is
Bong. I think Bong is going to have to play himself in this movie.
I don't want to step on your toes.
I know.
Mr.
Right.
Joon-Ho.
We'll keep this all in mind
or
for,
Mr. Bong.
For the future.
Is Bong the last name or Joon-Ho the last name?
Bong is the last name.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Gotcha, Mr. Bong.
Mr. Bong. Mr. Bong, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Bong, Mr. Joon-Ho Bong. Bong Joon-Ho.
Can we give another round of applause for Bong Joon-Ho, everybody?
Yes, thank you.
My hands are kind of full, so.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you have a phone in one hand, an iPad in another hand, an Apple Pencil in another hand, everybody.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm an iPad baby. I grew up with an iPad right in my hands. Fucking get a load of this guy.
Speaking of societal commentary, I was watching a documentary the other day on the gentrification of Mexico City, and that really gave me a lot of inspiration for part of what I may implement in my next movie. I think it's very interesting.
Oh, wow. Is that going to be in Shang-Chi 2 or which one?
Possibly a new release. Please stay tuned. Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe that's so amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bangs and Drinks podcast is where a brand new movie gets fucking announced.
Dude,
yeah.
Oh my god.
They couldn't do this on Fresh and Fit. They couldn't do this on Andrew Tate. They couldn't do this on Sneeko. They couldn't do this on Aiden Ross. They
Theo
couldn't do this on
couldn't do this.
Speed. They couldn't do it. Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, Hasanabi.
Yeah.
All of the anti-woke, apolitical podcasts.
You know who I think could do this though? Goon. Oh.
And that brings us to today's sponsor. If you've been tired of drinking regular beverages that don't make you feel something more, feel like you're a part of a bigger picture, a bigger universe, perhaps part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the Banks and Tranksian Cinematic Universe, then we have the product just for you.
Goon.
Goon!
It's been found in the kids' water.
It's in the kids' water, and we have found a way to extract the goon out of the water and put it into soda. Brought to you by Soda Lemon Lime Fresh Blast, the greatest soda that you can buy right now. Okay, and this episode is brought to you by Square Shark. Also, again, they're sponsoring us again. They're desperate. They kept begging us. They were like, we don't know anybody else that's going to take us as a sponsorship. We really need you to be the fucking sponsor of this video.
But yeah, anyway.
Hey, do you have any sponsor segments?
No sponsors to offer.
Nothing
today,
you're selling.
unfortunately.
Nothing. No like Korean candy or.
I am the cell. You see,
Oh,
Bong Joon-Ho,
Wow.
Korean
That's crazy.
mental health.
I was
activist.
kind of wondering. So I noticed you're very anti CGI with your directing, but I noticed in Mickey 17 there's 17 Robert Pattinson clones. I was kind of wondering, like, do you keep those in your basement? Like, where are they?
Right. So we actually have 17 identical men, and they all live together in the same house. It's a bit of a Wu-Tang Clan situation, if you will.
Oh, do they release music? Can I listen to the Robert 17 band?
No music. They only release art, Mickey 17, if you will.
Wow. So you did all that for one movie?
Right. It's all part of the art, part of the greatness.
ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Bong Joon-Ho, everyone.
But also, I was kind of thinking about it. Did you even read the book when you made that movie? I don't know.
So we got a leak that you actually just kind of read the Wikipedia summary of the book and then made the movie off of it. Is there any credibility to
Could
this?
you confirm or deny this?
No comment.
Okay.
Speaking of art, however, I'd like to hear more about your podcast and
Well,
your
we're
art.
the ones interviewing you.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to ask you the questions, which brings us to the next question that I kind of wanted to ask. There was this really important question. Do girls who get bottom surgery have phantom boners?
Good question. Bong Joon-Ho, as a Bong expert, what is your
Yeah.
answer?
As a Deriod expert, what's your answer?
Deriod expert.
I would give that a yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds
Very,
good.
very affirmative. Yes.
Phantom boners, everyone. They do get it. So is this kind of like, are you maybe hinting that this might be in your next film in Shang-Chi too?
No comment, but we'll keep this one in mind for later.
Okay, yeah.
Please stay tuned.
You know,
Wow.
Mr. Bong Joon-Ho, he always keeps everything close to the chest, close to the vest. That's great. So, moving on. I've really been wondering, like, can you explain what your favorite integral method is?
Right, I'm a big fan of the Taylor and McLaurin series and the integrals that come off of that. I would say my favorite integration method would have to be integration by parts.
So, okay, riddle me
classic.
this. Okay, you have this integral right here. Negative infinity of e to the x squared dx. How would you go about solving this one? This would be negative x squared.
Right, though it's been a long time since I've been in my Korean math class with my Korean teacher in the Korean school. I would first say that e.
Well, that's a lot of K's.
That is, it's in Korea. The letter K is the beginning letter of Korea, actually.
Oh. Wow.
Like in Snowpiercer, the letter S is for snow and society. Believe it or not.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Bong Joon-Ho,
Bong
everyone,
Joon-Ho, you
ladies
did
and
it
fucking
again.
gentlemen, Bong Joon-Ho. Yeah, so how would you go about this integral?
Right. So as we all know, as all artists know, e to the x, the integral of e to the x is simply e to the x. However, in this case, you'd need to do the 2 e to the x, take it down.
So that's wrong. So
I see.
E to the x squared and e to the negative x squared, they don't actually have any traditional antiderivatives. One strategy you could use is the Taylor series. This is what I like to do. So basically, you can turn this into a double integral going from negative infinity to infinity for e to the minus x squared minus y squared dx dy. And you can kind of say this is I, so then this means that this is I squared because, thanks to Fubini's theorem, you can just kind of multiply them out and it becomes the same. But you'll notice x to the x squared minus y squared, this is actually the same as negative x squared plus y squared, which we all know.
Let's turn it into polar.
Let's turn it into polar coordinates. R equals x squared plus y squared.
R
So
squared equals x squared plus y.
Yeah, my bad. R squared. So we can do a simple substitution, and we can change these coordinates. We know that along polar, to get this same space, which is all real numbers in both axes, you just need to go from in the theta coordinates. You just need to go 0 theta to 2 pi, right? Sounds right.
That sounds right.
And then for R, it's just from 0 to infinity. And so we get a pretty actually simple substitution. Dx dy can be substituted for r dr d theta, thanks to the calculation that you can do with the Jacobian to get that. You get r e to the minus r squared, which you can easily
U sub
integrate, thanks to the fact that if you set u equal to r squared, then du equals 2r du. Then you get 1/2 of e to the minus r squared is going to be what you're doing your integral over. And basically, when you do it from 0 to 2 pi and 0 to infinity, this actually ends up evaluating to just pi. And so the answer to this, we take the square root to get back to I. It's just square root of pi.
Sounds
Excellent.
pretty good.
Artist to an artist, I respect your work.
Yeah. So this, if you look really closely though, you'll realize this is a bong.
What?
And if you look even closer,
Bong Joon-Ho.
Goon.
All right.
All right, so let's move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
This is a really hard-hitting topic that I really want to ask you. Why did you vote for Kanye West in the 2020 election?
Well, as you know, very controversial figure in some spaces.
Yeah.
Kanye West, Mr. West, if you will. And also an artist, a controversial artist and political figure.
Yeah.
I think what we really need is some division in our country. I feel that as the situation stands, you need a little separation, a little spaces in between. You see,
separation of variables.
Okay.
Integration by parts. You see, but you need parts.
So you need segregated parts. And how would you want?
Yet they are equal. You see, they are equal.
Separate but equal.
That's interesting. Bong Joon-Ho has come out in support for Jim Crow. Everyone. But let's not jump.
Let's not get ahead of that.
Let's not get into that.
Yeah.
I want you to react to this real quick, and let me know why you made this film with Kanye West.
With all of the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. Niggas see my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became a Nazi, yeah, bitch, I'm the nigga, how Hitler, nigga, how Hitler, they don't understand the things I say on Twitter. Nigga, how Hitler, they don't understand the things I say on Twitter. All my niggas Nazis, nigga, how Hitler, nigga, how Hitler, nigga, how Hitler, all my niggas Nazis, nigga, how Hitler.
You see, whenever one makes art, you must balance two things: the artistry and the message. And as a male mental health activist, I decided to work with Sneeko a bit on the pursuit of male mental health. And you see, in pursuing this artistry, maybe the message will be lost on some, but I think the mental health sphere would understand.
Right. I will say, I mean, it was well shot. I think he did I think it's like technically impressive.
Was the artistry lost on you?
I don't want to question your expertise as like I've never directed a
please.
movie.
As an artist, artistry is meant to be questioned.
Right. I've never directed a movie before. I just watched them sometimes.
I have to say, I think that was trash. I think it was filmed poorly, directed poorly, and frankly, I think working with a man like Kanye West is a pretty big stain on your record and doesn't really seem to fit with the theme. Wow, Bong Joon-Ho, you really weren't the man that I expected you to be, right?
Noted.
In 2020, with Parasite, winning that award, and then I saw the movie. I was like, here's a man that shows some real disdain for the upper class and understands that there's a lot of people and a lot of struggles that they're going through right now. And here you are supporting a man who is promoting violence on Sneeko's page. Like, come on, dude. Why would you... Wouldn't it just be better if he did something like that, but we did it through like a more like natural channel like CNN, You think maybe like Sneeko is not the best place to like put that kind of art out? Put it in AMC, put it in the theaters. We need you to get an Oscar for this.
Because it was good.
Because it was fucking phenomenal.
I was floored. I was like, Bong Joon-Ho, you did it again. And I've always been
it's
saying
amazing,
that.
like how you can write a character like Kanye West, and you're so good at directing. You've told him to be in character always, write all these insane tweets.
You have him method act to
force
tweet.
his wife to leave him and his kids. Make him
so
wear this like black hood all the time.
Character.
Make him dress up like the KKK.
I'm totally impressed.
I'm floored.
Right. Thank you.
And how many rooms?
And how many bongs?
How many rooms
would they put inside?
Would they even be able to
room
make such a wonderful fucking film?
Many such bongs. Many such bongs.
Many such bongs.
Yeah.
As a men's mental health activist, I can't remember the last time I've done something wrong. I think as a men's mental health activist, mistakes are few and far between. So the biggest issue is perfection, really, in this sphere.
That kind of makes sense. My idea is kind of, if I make a mistake, then that means I'm less of a person. So the less mistakes I make, the better my brain will be functioning, right?
Yeah.
This is true. People will think less of you. Therefore...
Right. So minimize it.
Exactly.
Never make a mistake.
Make sure people think more of you.
Right.
Right.
You need to be in the top. I mean, I don't think I need to tell Bong Joon-Ho that he needs to be in the top of people's like heads in terms of like being awesome sauce or whatever.
So
but
awesome sauce.
But
Glaze sesh, everyone.
All right, well, now you made it freaking weird.
Because to be on top, you must be better than everyone else.
Yeah.
And they ought to know this.
You can't be a bottom.
This is true. Many such cases.
Many such bongs.
Bong Joon-Ho, everyone.
Bong such manys.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah. So, do you like playing a hentai rodeo games at home or the library?
Editor, cut this one out.
All right, Jameson.
Okay. Let me ask a different question. Do you like playing hentai rodeo games at home or the library?
I think that was just the same question.
It was a different question. I didn't laugh.
I may be misunderstanding because of the language
Do you
barrier.
like playing hentai rodeo games at home or at the library?
See, that was the same question.
Yes, I'm asking you, do you like playing hentai rodeo games at home or at the library?
I believe this is what they call on the podcast a pointed question.
I don't know.
That's exactly,
I'm feeling somewhat pointed.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Kind of like the tattoo question, like really trying to evoke a response.
You're on here, and
but I mean, I
you
know,
answered the question about why you voted for Kanye West. That was a pointed question. This is a pointed question too.
He signed an NDA about the hentai
About whether
rodeo
he played
thing,
it.
and if you've seen episode 4 of the podcast, you know
Okay.
signing NDA, you already know what the answer is. So
Okay.
we can go to the next question.
So the answer is library. Everyone, Bong Joon-Ho, ladies and gentlemen, he likes to play his hentai rodeo games where everybody can see him. Everybody can see him. Kind of the next thing that I was like, what's the most awkward place do you think that like somebody could have a period?
Library.
Okay, yeah. Libraries, you're a big fan of libraries, and
I love the library. I think knowledge should be made for all. The real decentralization of knowledge today is a great thing.
See, back in the day, the billionaires used to, like Rockefeller, they used to fund libraries. Now they're funding like what's her name? Gail Peevely going to space. I'm like, why?
This is true. If you think about it, really, the spaceship taking Katy Perry,
Who?
Katy Peely, up to space is much like the Snowpiercer in that outside is very cold and inside is very nice and warm.
See, this is a reference I understand. I'm so glad. I just can't. I'm speechless. I'm meeting my favorite director of all time, and all he's doing is referencing the movies he's made. Like, this is a dream come true.
It's okay. Many such cases.
Oh my god, I can't believe. Yeah, wow.
All right,
Wow.
so here's kind of we've noticed that oh sorry, this is unrelated. I was just looking through Twitter, sorry. What's your favorite scene from Cars? You like Cars? I love that movie.
I'm a huge Cars fan.
Pixar's animated hit Cars.
As a avid fan of movies, as I always say,
Cinema.
movies for the movie lovers and movies made by the movie lovers.
Yeah.
I'm always a big fan of Lightning McQueen crashing into the cacti of failure, and that really says a lot about what
Society.
I've never really had to experience. You see, because
Right. You've never failed.
I've never failed. I've never failed.
failed.
I never fail. I have never failed, and I never will fail.
It's crazy you mention that because that crash created one of the best pictures of all time. The
Dude,
Lightning
but the one in
McQueen-
Cars 3, the Cars 3 photo.
Mhm.
That's literally one of the
the
five
best pictures.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Not
Showed
as
up on the screen.
not as good as Sponge
Jamathan.
Barnabas.
By the way, there's a little bit of an update from Jamathan. He is not
Oh,
willing
is there?
to retract the cease and desist put out on you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make a cease and desist about his cease and desist, and we'll see
That's
if he
not how that-
ceases to
that's
desist.
not that's not how that works.
I'll call my lawyer, Muhammad. I'm calling him.
I have your phone.
Law is very much an art as well.
It's not. Are you gonna make a lawyer? Oh, you're gonna be making that Legally Blonde sequel, right?
Right.
Love is Legally Blonde, something like that.
Featuring Saul Goodman. Please look forward to it.
Dude! Oh my
Saul
god,
Goodman
Bob
from his prison cell.
Odenkirk. He's finally gonna get an
Yes.
Oscar.
Reprising his role. He
Wow.
couldn't get the Emmy.
Couldn't get the Emmy,
He's
but he'll
gonna
get the Oscar and the Bong
That's
film.
great.
That's
Speaking of movies,
Wonderful.
I'd really love to hear a field question on from you on what movies you would like to be seeing as an artist. I must
Right,
stay in
yeah.
touch with the-
So,
with the
you know,
audience.
I really like hentai rodeo adaptations.
I think Brokeback Mountain,
Brokeback Mountain,
Two.
Korean style,
Korean style.
Koreatown.
Korean barbecue,
Okay.
Lots
barbecue
of meat.
back mountain.
Okay,
if you
this is how they're gonna get people back into the
Barbecue
theaters.
baby back mountain.
will. Mm.
Baby back barbecue mountain. That's
Where did the
that's-
baby? Oh, like
That's-
BB.
no,
baby
that's a
baby
type of
back
barbecue.
ribs. You
Like
see,
baby
the
back
very
ribs.
famous ribs.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't get barbecue. He doesn't really do barbecue. He's not really.
Not big on the
not into
pork.
it.
I see.
Listen, I like a good chicken meatballs.
He's eating a lot of bacon, but
Not today. Hello.
okay.
Mashallah.
So
Alhamdulillah.
yeah, I think to kind of get towards the end of this podcast, we want to go kind of back to the beginning, the main reason you were here. We wanted to know: is there anything interesting about Simu Liu you'd like to share with us? Like something you find interesting about him, like something that's like, you know, people don't already know.
Right. As an actor playing the part of the person I'm playing,
And you're directing.
and directing.
Yeah,
as
you
know.
directed the Duriad scene, everything. Like
It's about me, you see, not Simu Liu. And as the artist,
wait,
you
I thought
should
it was
be-
about Simu. I thought the movie was
Right,
about
because I
Simu
thought it was a
Liu,
Simu Liu biopic.
but you're
right,
playing.
but I am playing him, you see, which
Mm.
means I'm him, which means he's me, and I'm the most important part of that, you see.
Okay, so I just want to
Mental health, men's mental health.
Oh, okay. It's because you don't make mistakes. So
This is true.
you must be, but I'm just kind of curious. So why are you the main guy in Shang-Chi 2: The Forbidden Dragon? Or sorry, Shang-Chi 2: The biopic. Different chief, whatever. Yeah. This is confusing me. What is this? Bang? Oh, Bong. Bong overseas.
So you consider your wants, your needs for this. So you're not necessarily going to be super accurate to Simu Liu's.
Right. This is what they
Story.
call
This
in the
is-
industry an artistic liberty. You see.
Okay, you're going to take a lot of artistic liberties so that we can have a good, interesting movie instead of whatever boring bullshit. If we if we made a movie about actually, like, imagine if we decided to make a podcast episode where instead of interviewing amazing film director Bong Joon-Ho, we decided to interview a random guy like Miles, who's
Right.
actually the character that Shang-Chi, so Bong Joon-Ho is playing Simu Liu, but Simu Liu is in the movie, and he's playing a character called Miles. But we wouldn't interview the character named Miles. He's not a real guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he played by Miles Davis?
The famous jazz trumpet player.
The famous jazz trumpet player.
Yeah, the Korean Miles Davis, yes. He's a baseball player.
Many such cases.
Yeah, so basically there's nothing interesting, you would say, about Simu Liu.
I would say no. The interesting part
not an
is
interesting guy.
the art.
Okay.
Is
It's
my
about the
Oh.
artistic expression.
You
It's the artistic
decided,
liberty.
let me take the most boring guy ever that he's just been in Kim's Convenience and nothing else.
Mhm. And Barbie and Shang-Chi.
Yeah, mostly Kim's Convenience. And you said, I want this guy. I know it's going to be difficult to make viewers.
Lift up the...
I know it's going to be difficult to make viewers invested in this guy because he's so lame. So
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
took your own. You decided you're going to put as much bong into this to be better.
Yeah,
Right.
You're gonna rip the bong. You're gonna do a bong rip.
Say I was to maybe run for political office, it would be all about me. You see.
Right.
Everything is about me, and all the power is mine, so I can do no wrong.
Okay.
And it's my artistic liberty.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
So here's a few facts about Simu Liu. He was in Shang-Chi, Barbie, and Kim's Convenience. He was in business before acting. He likes to play hide and seek. In the Simu Liu biopic, Shang-Chi 2, there's actually a 20-minute long scene of hide and seek from when Simu was 17, which is just a bit old to play the game, I think, but it is... and before I saw your weight loss transformation, I didn't really believe that you would be able to play a 14-year-old Simu Liu, but looking at you now, I think that might be the one you will be playing mostly.
Thank you.
Which makes sense why he'll be the 14-year-old. And so Simu Liu has been on record to say that this is the most interesting life experience, playing that 20... Well, it was like a 3-day long hide and seek thing, but you're gonna do it in as a 20-minute scene. It's gonna be the climax of the movie, hide and seek. What does hide and seek mean to you?
Right. That's a very deep question, and there's a lot of deep facets to it. Much like men's mental health, very very deep deal. Much like hide and seek. You see, when playing hide and seek, the goal of the game is to hide, or seek, if you will. But you see, as the hider, you're really meant to disclose yourself from a certain part of society, and I think that says a lot about society and men's mental health. You see,
Wow. So it's
So
kind
kinda
of
like
like
men
men
are
are hiding
hiding.
from themselves
And women are
seeking the hidden
themselves.
man,
The hidden man, the man hidden.
the forbidden
So it's
dragon.
kind of like it's also kind of like a trans allegory. You could say that, like, every trans person, before they like really understand figuring it out, they're kind of playing hide and seek with themselves. It's actually like a deep philosophical. You could say, actually looking back at pretty much every single Bong Joon-Ho movie, there's a little bit of hide and seek going on, right? Like in Parasite, they play hide and seek. He has to hide underneath the pillow or the couch while the two of them are fucking.
I remember that part. Yeah.
And then they're hiding. The old lady, the previous maid is hiding her husband in the basement, and then they sought him. They were
Just
they were seeking a
layers.
better life, but then they ended up finding what was it? The man inside. Ladies and gentlemen, Bong fucking Joon-Ho!
thank you.
Like fucking God. Such a amazing guy. Yeah, hide and seek is basically the truth. So
So yeah, let's
I
play.
think that brings us to our last thing.
Mhm.
We all know what it is.
Fuck, marry, and kill. Yeah.
FM and K. For those of you who don't know, FM and K is an evolution of the stupid, shitty bullshit game FM.
Okay, we don't have to explain the rules of
We
FM
do.
and K.
We have to explain it every episode because we don't know if they've seen the previous episode.
I've done my homework. Let's jump right
He's
in.
done his homework. But for the viewers who don't know,
Okay.
FM and K is when you were provided with 3 choices. Instead of choosing which one you will FM K, you will FM and K one person, and the other 2 can help you with 2 of the options. See, that was quick. It only took 30 seconds to
Okay,
explain.
good job.
All right,
Good
now
job,
let's
good
go.
job,
Let's
good
go. Let's go. FM and K.
Okay.
Which ones are you doing?
Lego Spider-Man, Sydney Sweeney, Chris Evans.
Okay, yeah. So, 3 huge inspirations for this show. 2 of these people have had
Don't say idiots.
I wasn't gonna say deers. I was gonna say they've had celebrity crushes on us.
Yeah, right. No, because
Lego Spider-Man.
yeah.
Lego Spider-Man.
Lego right. Sorry, I was gonna say 1, but yeah.
Lego Spider-Man and Sydney Sweeney.
They've
had celebrity crushes on us.
So yeah.
Okay, so let's start this game. And put S for me, A for Akif, and M for Man of the Hour.
Thank you.
All right, so
Sam.
let's start with you. Who would you FM and K, and then who'd help? Who's the helpers?
Right. So, Lego Spider-Man, Sydney Sweeney, and Chris Evans.
Those are the 3 people. Yes.
Yes.
And which one will you FM and K?
In that order.
No, you pick one to FM.
So
and
you're
K.
gonna FM and K Lego Spider-Man. Sydney Sweeney's gonna help you marry, and Chris Evans gonna help you kill.
Right.
Okay. So you're saying FM and K, Lego Spider-Man. Sydney Sweeney's gonna help you marry, and Chris Evans is gonna help you kill. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, your turn, Akif.
Okay, I think I'm gonna FM and K. Ooh, I also want to do Lego Spider-Man. I feel like that's a worthy opponent. Chris Evans, he can help me marry. He'll do the vows, and then Sydney Sweeney helps with the kill. I think she's from Madam Web. She knows a lot of things about killing.
Okay, yeah. I have to say I would have to FM and K Sydney Sweeney. It will be sad to kill her, but I will have my good buddy Lego Spider-Man helping me out. He's well equipped for the job. And Chris Evans, we'll double team Sydney Sweeney, or maybe Sydney Sweeney and Chris Evans can double team me. Whatever works. You know what I'm saying? All right. Next one. I'm gonna pick this next one. All right. Let's do Kanye West. Baldur's Gate. What's the latest one? 4?
The game or
Yeah.
the concept?
The game.
The game.
Which one was the latest one? Was it 4?
3.
3. Baldur's Gate 3. And PTSD.
Wow.
Yeah.
The affliction.
Yes.
All right, can I just say right here, I want to fuck Mary Ann, kill PTSD.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah, boy!
That's so many letters. FMNK to PTSD.
Ooh, that's poetic.
Kanye West. I kind of want to kill him, but
He can't.
I'll have. Oh, okay.
Maybe
that doesn't work.
maybe a murder suicide.
Maybe.
Can you get Kanye to murder
So
suicide?
Kanye's gonna help with the kill, but you don't know what's gonna happen after that.
Yeah, you could kill him
And
after. if you want
Baldur's
to.
Gate 3, I think that's gonna be really helpful for the marriage. I think he'd be my best man. I
Right,
think.
so you'd kind of try to use Baldur Gates as like you'd play like a simulation, then it'll tell you like what's the best way to get the hose, and it's gonna tell you what's the best way to get the hoe named PTSD. Yeah, perfect logic. Bong Joon-Ho.
As a big fan of the Baldur's Gate series, a long time standing, I in fact read the entire Wikipedia page on Baldur's Gate.
Wow.
Have you played any of the games?
Are you gonna make a movie out of it?
I have concepts of a plan to play the games.
Okay.
As a long-standing fan of Baldur's Gate 3, I would do the first 2, with Baldur's Gate 3, and I would definitely kill PTSD as a.
No, you have to do all 3 to one person.
I see.
Yeah,
I
you
see.
can only pick one person, then the other 2 will help you.
Right.
So I think we
maybe
did need an
maybe
explainer, maybe okay.
as Baldur's Gate 3 is such a good game, as I've read on Wikipedia. Maybe it's time to put the game to rest at its point.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So
all
F a
3
man
would be
game, and who's
going.
gonna help you out? What's Kanye West gonna help you do?
Right. I believe Mr. West would help me kill, and PTSD would indeed help me marry.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like I can't pass up an opportunity to kill Kanye West,
Many such cases.
right? But my PTSD, like, if I could finally get rid of that nagging voice of my mom in my head, and the memories of her beating me with the stick, and the memories of me watching television when I was 3, and all these awesome, horrible things that I've been through. I don't know, actually, yeah, FMNK, Kanye West, and I'd probably have PTSD help me fuck, and Baldur's Gate 3 can help me kill, because I think it basically, you put Kanye West into play Baldur's Gate, he's been on so much nitrous, he's going to like play for a little bit and his brain's just going to explode, because it's just too much reading, it's a turn-based game, so it's too much for him. Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I'm at with it. Yep. And then let's do, rule of three, right? Let's do one last one. So pick 3 juicy concepts for us.
Okay. Wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
alcoholism,
Mm.
the stench of Paris, just the smell.
Yeah, this is a difficult one. I'll go first on this one. I feel like the bad bitch in here is wisdom, but I'm gonna have to go with alcoholism, because I think I'd be doing such a service to so many people by killing alcoholism, and then everybody can convert to Islam or whatever that shit is called. Wait. Oh, that's what he was saying. He was saying assalamu alaikum.
Oh, it's like
It was
in
like,
the
"Assalamu
it's like in the
alaikum."
deep recesses of my brain or something. I don't even know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So what'd you do the other two?
Big
too?
throwback.
Wisdom would probably help me kill it, right? I think wisdom is what
Smart.
you use to fight against alcoholism. And the stench of Paris, yeah, we're doing the vows. We're just gonna get married in Paris, I guess.
A lovely
Alcoholism
wedding
in Paris.
location. Yeah, I think I'll have to fuck, marry, and kill the stench of Paris.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Um,
You would fuck the stench of Paris, wouldn't you? Stench of Paris.
So we don't need to animate it, but wisdom is good for the kill, but wisdom might be good for the marriage. I'll do marriage because I think it'll be the best wedding ever. Alcoholism, I think that's a good way to kill. That's like one of the best ways to kill.
That's a good point. You just like makes the stench of Paris just glug glug glug, and then all of a sudden the stench is gone. And alcohol actually can help you get rid of
Wine is a big
stenches.
killer.
Yeah. So, wow.
So yeah,
And
Bong Joon-Ho. What?
Bong Joon-Ho.
What's your
I would
answers?
also go with the stench of Paris.
Okay. Stench of Paris getting a lot of play today. And who are your helpers?
Right. Though I would
Hamburger helpers.
I believe I would kill with wisdom and marry with alcoholism.
All right. Yeah.
Pretty good.
So, it's a very hood classic moment. I think the trenches of Leewood, the struggles that we've all been through. Bong Joon-Ho actually originally grew up in the trenches of Leewood.
The stenches of Leewood.
The trenches of Leewood.
The trenches
That's what they
of
call
Leewood.
it in the
Yeah.
trenches. The
In
So
the
I thought
trenches, yeah.
two Leewoodians kind of,
Where
could
are
have a
you
quick-
from?
Well,
Olathe.
let's not look into dig into people's past too much.
I'm-
Oh, right. We would never do
I
that
will
with
say
any directors or anything.
I'm actually originally from London, and
Oh wow, your accent's pretty good. It's almost as good as Bong Joon-Ho's.
yes, it is. Yeah, it's a wonderful accent.
Quite so.
It's quite an elegant accent. So yeah, hood classic though. I think. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Akif?
I don't know. Something's coming up in my brain, but I think I think I'm gonna need like a transplant soon to fix that up. I'm kind of getting a big headache. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's basically. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Bong Joon-Ho, you weren't supposed to see this. Oh, shit.
Yeah, make sure to zoom in so we can really see it. You weren't supposed to see our oh no.
Man, you weren't supposed to see these drawings.
The plan,
Dude.
man.
Oh, my God.
And you just got social experiment.
All right. That's right, everyone. This wasn't really Bong Joon-Ho, guys. This was.
Oh my god.
This was.
Oh my god! Even he's surprised.
This was some guy we pulled off the street with schizophrenia.
And that wraps up today's episode.
Bye-bye!